Hi, and welcome to another Scale Passion e-interview. Today we're talking to Ryan Cahill of SuccessFactors. I've got to tell you that SuccessFactors is a pretty impressive company. If I'd had them when I was a CEO, I would have definitely run my company in a lot more efficient way. The main thing that they bring to the table is an online service-oriented business that helps you capture your strategy, cascade that strategy down to all employees, and then really manage the number one asset you have, which is your people. Performance reviews, 360 tools, connecting performance back to the strategy, you name it, their tool does it. So I've been very impressed with the tool, and I wanted to bring Ryan Cahill, who's been a friend for quite some time, to you today to talk about the tool and what it might be able to do for passionate CEOs that are growing their businesses. So here's Ryan Cahill. You might be watching part 1, 2, or 3, but all 3 parts are excellent. I think you'll get a lot out of the talk today. Thank you very much. Most of the folks that you're selling the tool to and working with, are they getting it? Are they using the tool to its fullest extent? And if not, why do you think not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I would say consistently they're not using it to the fullest extent. I think there's a variety of reasons for that. I think from to put the responsibility in our company, I think a lot of times we don't get a good amount of access to executives. And so we always try to drive for that, but a lot of times the executive will say, I sign off on it, I agree with the concept, just make it happen. The problem is they don't fully understand what the tool is capable of, so they don't understand how to utilize it effectively. And so a lot of times it gets passed down the ranks. So a VP might say, this is interesting, let's do that or this, where the executive doesn't understand how he can leverage this to really help run the business.
Right.
So I think there's certainly a lot of potential in how to better utilize the technology. And the other thing that I think is great from our company standpoint, that we continue to evolve the product and we roll out updates very consistently, at least a quarter, if not more frequently than that. And so I think we're trying to do a better job of helping to educate what the new updates are doing and how they can help. But the tool's got a lot involved into it, and I think the challenge is, depending on the type of organization and how mature they are as a company, I think the more immature, the more they use the tool, the more mature, the less they use it. And I think that's unfortunate, because if you bake our tool into your company as this is how we operate our business, utilizing this, you're going to get a lot more out of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And that's unfortunate, you miss out on a lot of that. And so
that's the whole part of being proactive about building your culture.
Mm-hmm.
Being very proactive, and part of the action plans that I help put in place is usually the third objective is to really bake culture.
Yeah.
And be proactive about that. So a strategy under that might be, we are going to use this tool.
Right.
Starting with the CEO on down. The CEO's got to really, carry the flag. So
absolutely.
Good. Any other advice you got for CEOs that might be considering a tool like this?
Yeah, I think the important thing is to just identify that everything you do as a CEO comes down to how much can we get done in a period of time. And so there's only so many hours in the day. And so what's great about a tool like ours is that we're taking best practices from some of the largest, most successful companies in the world, and we're paring it down into something that not only is financially affordable, but functional. And so a CEO of 100 people doesn't have time to do all this stuff. And you have more on your plate than probably CEOs at a much higher level.
Right.
And so what's great about the tool is we're able to take that and pare it down to something functional that you can use 9 to 5, that's going to make you more effective in your role and allow you to get more done and focus your energy on where it's going to make the best impact.
Good.
And I think that's the biggest value of how we operate, and we bring value to a customer.
I bet some of the CEOs would be scared of the price. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's a lot for what you get. Do you get CEOs that are scared of it? I mean, what do you tell, how do you get past that hurdle of, wow, this looks like it's way too much for me? And you know what I mean? It looks like a very powerful tool. So the perception is that it might cost, a lot more than it does.
Yeah, I think the concern is that they categorize us into ERP solutions or some of the other bigger packages. What's great about our tool is I think we know the small business market better than anyone else. We've proven it based on our market share. And we're able to bring it down to a really cost-effective level. And on average, I would say we get it somewhere in the realm of $8 to $9 per employee per month. So we think it's very affordable.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've sold it
See,
to...
I wouldn't even have that perception that that would be the price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would think it'd be a lot more than that. So.
And I think the value of it is a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And typically the ROI is, you're breaking even within the first year, if not sooner, depending on how you roll it out. And so it's really cost effective. And that's the great thing, is there isn't a huge barrier to entry. That's what we wanted for a small business, because you don't have $100,000.
And it's all online. There's nothing to install.
There's nothing to install. There's no tech resource needed. It can be instantly rolled out, and we can implement this thing as quick as you're ready.
Very cool.
MasterCard did it over 7 countries in 6 different languages in 8 days.
Wow.
So we can roll it out as prepared as you are. So that's exciting for a small business, because they want quick results.
Absolutely.
And they need it.
Thanks for your time, Ryan.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.